Okay, so today we're going to talk about a simple 9-digit number. Sounds boring, right? Well, this number actually tells a wild story about the US economy. On the surface, it's just a number, but underneath, it's operating in this really fascinating gray area between what the rules say and what's actually happening in the real world. So let's get into it and unlock the code. So let's start with a big question, a really fundamental one. Think about it. There are millions of people in the US who can't get a social security number. So how in the world do they file their taxes, or open a bank account, or even get a loan? How do you build any kind of financial life? Well, the answer to all of that, it comes down to just one little acronym. And that acronym is ITIN. It stands for Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. It's a 9-digit number from the IRS, and you can always spot one because it starts with the number 9. Simple enough, right? But here's the thing. Its official purpose seems so straightforward, but what it actually does? Oh, that's a whole different story. All right, let's start with the official story. You know, what the government says this thing is all about. And what's really striking is how specific, how clear the IRS is about what an ITIN is not. I mean, they're super explicit. It's not a work permit. It has nothing to do with your immigration status. You can't get Social Security benefits with it, and forget about the earned income tax credit. The official lane for this thing is just incredibly narrow. Yeah, it all boils down to this one line, this mantra that the IRS repeats over and over and over again in all their official documents. The ITIN is for federal tax purposes only. That's it. It's supposed to do one thing and one thing only. Let people who don't have a social security number pay their taxes. Case closed, right? Well, not so fast. Because this is the exact point where the official story just completely falls apart and the unofficial reality takes over. That simple tax-only rule? In the real world, it's been stretched, twisted, and basically blown wide open into something way bigger. So get this. In the real world, the ITIN has become this de facto key that unlocks pretty much the entire American financial system. People are using it to open interest-bearing bank accounts, to apply for credit cards, to get loans. I'm talking personal loans, car loans, even mortgages for a house. You can build a US credit history with it, access stuff like PayPal. You can even get a driver's license in some states. This is so far beyond just filing your taxes. And here's the most important part, the real kicker. This isn't some accident or a loophole that people found. No, this is systemic. We're talking about financial institutions, especially credit unions, that have built entire official lending programs around the ITIN. They're not just looking the other way. They are actively marketing these products and building their business around serving ITIN holders. It's a deliberate business strategy. Okay, so this has to make you wonder, right? If you have the government saying one thing and the entire financial industry doing another, how does this system even work? Like, what's the actual mechanism that makes it all tick? How does a person even get an ITIN in the first place? Well, the answer is this little-known but absolutely critical player called a Certified Acceptance Agent, or CAA. And guess who these agents often are? You guessed it. They're the very same credit unions and accounting firms we were just talking about. The IRS actually authorizes them to be the official middlemen in the whole application process. So here's how they make it all happen. Let's say you need an ITIN. You'd go to a CAA. The agent there will check your original documents like your passport right there on the spot. This is huge because it means you don't have to mail your only passport to the IRS and pray you get it back. Then they help you fill out the application form, which can be pretty tricky, and they send the whole package off to the IRS for you. They're basically the essential bridge, the facilitators that make the whole system accessible. But a system like this, one that's serving two completely different masters, it's bound to have some tension. And that's exactly what we see. This whole thing is built on a fundamental conflict, a tug of war between two powerful forces, privacy and enforcement. You know, the entire US tax system is built on trust.
It only works because people believe that the incredibly sensitive personal information they hand over to the government is going to be kept safe. That promise of confidentiality is the bedrock, and ITIN filers are handing over a ton of data, all based on that same promise of protection.
And this right here is where that tension just explodes into the open. See, on one hand, you have the law, a specific part of the tax code that says the IRS is legally forbidden from sharing your tax info with other agencies for civil immigration enforcement. That's the promise. But on the other hand, there's a new reality. A new agreement now allows the IRS to share that very same information with ICE. It's not for everything, but it's for enforcing final removal orders. That firewall everyone trusted, it's just gotten a pretty significant crack. So, when you step back and look at all of this, the official rules, the unofficial reality, the risks, the rewards, what you're left with is a giant paradox. And it all boils down to this one huge, unresolved question. What is the ITIN, really? Is it this incredible bridge that brings millions of people out of the shadows and into the formal economy? Or is it an accidental data trap, a giant database that could be used for something it was never intended for? The craziest part is, the answer seems to be, it's both, at the exact same time. So in the end, the ITIN system lives in this crazy gray area. What started as a simple, boring bureaucratic tool just for filing taxes has morphed into an absolutely essential key for economic life in America. But now it's also becoming a source of real risk for the very same people who rely on it. It's a system that's completely full of contradictions, and honestly, it's a perfect reflection of a much, much bigger conversation that's happening in the US today.